Hello, I'm Czardus, and let's play Cities Skylines 2. Welcome to 5B1C Season 4! Yay! Okay, today we are getting things started for Season 4. Obviously, we are in Cities Skylines 2, and we are doing the Waterway Pass map. We are going to do things a little bit differently this time. We actually have 6 builders instead of 5, but that just adds to the fun, right? And what we're going to do is one side of this main river here that you see is going to be one country, and the other side is going to be the other country. And on top of that, one side, which will be this side, is going to be restricted to doing European building themes, and this side is going to be restricted to doing North American building themes. Now, we have selected North American for the overall map theme, where like the overall theme for vehicles and roads and stuff like that. That's primarily because I think they look better a little bit. I'm a bit biased because I live in North America, obviously, but yeah. Anyway, so what I want to do, we're getting a European city started here, and I want to go right into getting a 4-lane road, because what we're going to do is we're going to build a ring road around the historic city core, and then we're going to work on getting that city core started. And my goal for today is to get to the large village milestone, and the purpose for that is I want to get all of these map tiles. We need 3, 4, and then 5 more. That will give us 12 map tiles to work with, which should allow the other side to unlock up to the highway here so that they can get their own highway entrance instead of coming through our side. And that can help us a little bit as well. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I want to do is get that ring road built. So we're going to go ahead with a 4-lane road, and we're playing with it paused right now, just so that we're not using up any budget money that we don't want to use. Now, I want to get, I think we'll get a wide road, well, no. I think outside of the city core, we'll have a wider road going along the water like this. But inside the city core, and maybe like right here is where that ring road starts. Bring this around like this, and maybe even over this way. It's not quite a full, like a super circle, but it is a nice ring road. And then from here we'll go off, and it will be another road like that. Yeah, I like that. I think that'll be a good ring. So then, like I said, in the city core, we're going to have the roads be smaller, because that feels more like a historic European city. We'll get these all the way around here, and I'm going to build like crazy, because building roads, you can see, is gaining us XP, and if you build enough roads, you can get to that first milestone without really doing much. This can continue down there, and then we'll just have this one come all the way down like that. Yeah, I like that. So then the other thing I want to do is I am going to bring a 4-lane road down this way. It's kind of to a little bit of the heart of the city. I am so excited to partner with Apex Gaming PCs to bring you a custom line of gaming PCs named after some of my most popular series. I've worked with their team to put together an amazing setup for playing games like Cities Skylines. There's a link to see the full line in both the description below and the pinned comment. Oh, and be sure to use the discount code Czardus to receive up to $250 off your purchase. Maybe all the way to there. Yeah, and then we're going to get other stuff in there as well. So now, ideally, the buildings in here will be like a higher density than what we're able to build. But I do want to kind of come in here and follow these contour lines a bit. So that way we have roads that kind of feel like they might be realistic, because they maybe started as footpaths. We'll get this in here. And oh, the other thing I want to do is get some roundabouts. So Of course, we're going to need to unlock roundabouts pretty quickly. We can get those... I think we get those pretty quick. Is that first one that we can unlock those? We get the bigger roads. No, we don't get that yet. When do we get that? Oh no! No, it has to be sooner than that. We don't even get the development tree unlocked yet. So I can't even look there. Or, yeah, I can here. Roundabouts. Oh, we do have that unlocked. So, I mean, we can, once we get the points for that, which we will get 1 point at Tiny Village, which might be the time that we use that then. But the other thing I want to do is I want to plan out where the train station might be. Because I think we would get a train station inside the city core, because that would have been something that they probably would have ripped some of the city out for. Actually, no, what we'll do, we'll plan for the train station to be right outside this ring road. I think that made sense. Or if anybody from my side is watching, that is what I'm thinking, is that train station that will be key to our city, because European cities have really great train networks, then that will go just outside that ring road. That is the initial plan, and like I said, I hope somebody's paying attention, because I certainly will not be the one to build it unless it isn't there by the time I get there. That's possible too. I'm trying to get some sort of a like medieval road feel to this. It's a little bit difficult, just because sometimes that can be hard to get the right feel to your roads when you're building older stuff. But in essence, what you want when you're building a like medieval city is you want to kind of have a lot of like curves and things in there, because maybe they built a building and then they wanted to have the road go around it, or like say a building got here and they had a path that people were forming and then they turned into a road. Or it might be a road that connected to important buildings. But also you just want to make sure that your like blocks are pretty tight together. So like these are going to be pretty small buildings, because that is kind of what you see in Europe, is that a lot of the spaces are kind of tight together in those older parts of town. And then I'm also, like I said, following the contours, because of course, once somebody's up on a hill, they probably want to stay on the hill. They don't want to walk and go down the hill and stuff like that. Fortunately, this spot that we have to start is a relatively flat buildable area, which really makes it simple. This one, we do have a little bit of a hill there, but it'll be fine. And I think what I'll do as well is get several roundabouts in this older part of town in a moment, because we can do the small roundabouts without having to unlock anything. But I feel like that is really starting to have the feel that I want. Tempted to have a park here, but I feel like maybe not. Maybe, you know what, let's keep that, and maybe we get some sort of landmark in there. We can't even look at the landmarks yet, or the signature buildings. But at some point we can, and then we can really get something in there like a cathedral, or, you know, something close to that woodsy area. Okay, so that's how I'm going to have this. And then let's look at the airflow. Oh, nice. We could... Our pollution is going to go right where their city is likely going to be. So we can kind of plan for that. I mean, what we'll do is industry will be close to the river, because I think that made sense. And for power, we're going to come in and we'll just get a transformer station for now. Let's get a road in here. And then get a transformer station and just connect it really quick. We'll import our power, and then water we need to get. So let's do a groundwater pumping station. We've got a nice spot over in here. Don't want that down in the city core, so we'll just get it over here. There we go. That's actually nice by this lake, too. And then we can just dump our sewage for now. Which way is the water flowing? It's unpaused. There we go. It's flowing that way. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this down here. As far downriver as we can go, and then we want the sewage pipe to just connect there. So we should have everything we need, and then we just have to figure out the zoning. So like I said, we will put the industry kind of close to the river. And in fact, we're going to put it like right up on the river here. Just a little bit. Not too far, but we'll get a little bit here on the river. And at some point, we'll probably want to move that and not have it in this spot. But there is no European style for that. So we're just going to go ahead with our whatever default this is. I mean, I guess they're all the same then. We'll get that in there, and then we'll go just one more block here. That'll be industry. But really what we need is, let's see, we want European. It's interesting, the image changes. But yeah, we're going to come in here and we're going to go ahead and we'll get some low density residential over here. I'm going to go ahead and unpause, and that can start to fill in. And in the meantime, let's find where some of these roundabouts would be. We'll get one there. That one's going to be a bigger one, but we'll start with a little one there, and a roundabout there. And maybe even put them all the way down this main road. Yeah. I think that makes sense. And then we'll just find some spots that might be a little bit busier, which I think would probably be this road coming through, although that doesn't go all the way through. This one does. We'll get some like this. Actually, having these all over the place is really good. This road goes all the way through too and comes right to that, so we're going to have some on this road. I think having all these... Hey, look at that! Milestone 1 unlocked. Great. We're getting closer. I think we will very easily reach that second milestone, but right now let's go ahead and come into development, and I'm going to go ahead and get that roundabouts. And then we want a larger roundabout here, because I think it's going to have more traffic, and having the larger one will just make it a little bit smoother. Very large one would be good there. Yeah, let's do that. We've got a large roundabout in there that will really help that flow in well. And we're going to speed it up a little bit and let some of this fill in. We do have medium density now, so we can go ahead and get our European style medium density row houses. Now, we're not going to get a ton of them in here because that demand will get filled very quickly at a small city like this. But then we'll get some more low density there. I hope I have the right one here. And then also low density business. And we'll go ahead and we'll put that over here. All right, we'll let all of that fill in. Okay, so looking at demand, you can see that medium density is shifting a lot, I think, because things are slowly getting built or people are moving in, but unemployment is very low. And so I don't want to build any more things that produce jobs because their profitability is going to be horrendous, probably. Yeah, look at that. 44% from industry, about 40% from commercial. We need more people. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to come to medium row density, or yeah, medium density row housing. And then we'll just go ahead and get these zoned, and it should be able to fill in when it is ready. Of course, we do have somebody waiting for a hearse, so we do need to get a cemetery in. We can't let that go. I mean, technically the city can operate without it because any city services can be filled from outside of the map. But what we'll do is we'll bring this road in here, and I think we can fit here. Ah, so close. Okay, what we'll do instead is we will turn off snapping. Kind of rotate this a little bit like that. And I can get it in where I want it. Then we can build the road in front of it. Now we've got a cemetery up there on the hill. Yeah, I think that makes sense. A little bit out of the way. Now we've got a little bit more low density demand, so I'm going to go ahead and build it in here just because even though, like, eventually I want to see all of the stuff in here be medium density, I think right now we need the people. And so that's what we're going to do, because I'm not going to buy any tiles. And I can't build over here. So all of our progress towards that milestone has to be done in this space. But we're going to get that. We're definitely going to achieve that. And I just noticed that I'm having some graphic issues. So one trick that there is to go to your options, go to graphics, hit show advanced, then go all the way down to your texture quality. And you want to change your MIP bias to 3. Then go back and watch your virtual texturing update. And you can see in the background it is reloading all of the textures. And then when that's done, go in and change it back to 0 or whatever you had it set at before. And then wait for that virtual texturing to go all the way to 100%. And then we should be good to come in here and resume game. And there it looks much better. So that is one trick that you can use to improve, like to fix some of those issues that come up every once in a while. The game loads or like you get playing and the textures stop working and stuff like that. So we still have 0% unemployment. We're getting demand back in, so I'm going to do some more medium density row housing in here. And we'll go ahead and just get some more load. Although I want to see the medium density like thrive. I think the low density is going to have to be sprawl elsewhere. I think we're going to probably see, like my thoughts are that we'll have this as the city core and then maybe a more modern core out like that. And that can be maybe a different style setup. And then this will maybe stay kind of the similar small or medium density, and somewhere we can have a higher density spot that will be more of a business core or like, you know, modern stuff. And then farther out we'll have sprawl with low density. That's my thought, at least. But of course, with 6 different builders, we'll see what ends up happening. But I'm watching this unemployment to see at some point we will start to have people who don't have jobs, and that will be the time that we want to go in and add more jobs. All right, we have reached a point where we have 12% unemployment, so we're going to get more jobs in here. And so now we should see that we have better profitability. Yeah, industry and commercial are about the same, so we're going to add more industry here. Oh, and look at that, we reached milestone 2. And actually, we do need to get to the 3rd milestone. I miscounted. We do need 5 more tiles, so we definitely have to go a little bit further. Now, at this milestone, we have unlocked the like true medium density row house, or not row housing, but the regular medium density. So we have European selected, and we're going to come in here and get these zoned in here and see that come in. We don't get a high density business yet, but we have the low density commercial, or the medium density residential. Thinking about many different things right now, trying to figure out how much of this industry we actually are going to need. Let's check the pollution too. Not too much pollution. Hopefully it won't impact them too much. I tried to get it over on this spot so that a lot of it goes over the river instead of over where I anticipate they might build, which really is probably down here, is where, if they have their highway coming off there, that's probably what they're going to do. But we'll see what they do next week. We've also unlocked taxation, so I'm going to go ahead and crank the taxation up to 12% across the board. just to help our budget a little bit. We have a negative monthly balance, which it isn't too bad. And in fact, we might go green here in a moment. So what I also might do is get our first clinic in because people are complaining about healthcare coverage. So let's go ahead and get a clinic. At some point we'll want other stuff, but this clinic we can turn on snapping again. We'll get that over here off of the main road. Yeah, I like that. And then we do have some medium density buildings that are coming in now, and we will see how that goes. And I wish these buildings were a little bit more historic looking rather than the modern look that they have, but maybe they change as they upgrade. I haven't done the European theme very much yet in my testing and stuff like that, so I'm very interested to see how it looks. And these row houses are quite nice too, but again, they're rather modern and they don't really give me the feel that I wanted. These ones, those are a little bit better, except for the garage in the front, you know? So we'll see what happens with that, and of course be continuing to watch that unemployment. That is creeping up a little bit, so let's go ahead and check. We can get a little bit more commercial. Industry is doing quite well too. It's good to see some of that. Now, commercial, we have a lot of customers in here, so that's part of why commercial is probably quite happy. Whoa. I think the commercial will pretty much follow that main road coming in. And in fact, let's go ahead and redo some of the zoning along there. And then we'll get the medium density residential a little bit away from that. Okay, we are making progress. We are getting close to that third milestone, which was the goal. But we also are ready to add more, and I guess we're going to get more industry in here because that is where the profit is. So we'll go ahead and get these in here, and that will drastically improve our unemployment situation, which is currently at 11. It was almost at 12, and now it's going to go down real quick, and then we'll be able to get more zoning in. Now, right now, we don't have the medium density demand, so I guess we might have to expand out a little bit. I could start to build out of here. Could get some low density out this way, I guess. But I really rather not have it inside the city center. But I also kind of feel like that's where we're going to have to start. This is all going to be civic and stuff like that. So I don't want to do that. And we've got low demand over there. We're like not suitable for low density, so this is pretty much all we've got here. Hopefully we can get some more stuff coming in with medium density, but we'll see what happens here. And there's another milestone. So we've reached the goal that I had set for us. We have 12 tiles available. So if this is as much as I do, then they will be able to go, I'm going the wrong way. They will be able to unlock over this way and get to that spot, because if we come out here, they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they have plenty of tiles that they can unlock over there. That will be really good. Now, so that means that if we go one more, if we go all the way to Grand Village, we could unlock a few more and then we'd be able to get out there. But unemployment 8.2%. What I'm thinking is we'll go ahead and get some more commercial in here, because if we can get that unemployment low enough, we might spur the demand more for those medium density residential, and then we can really pack more in there, because I really want to see this come in here. But what I think is this will all be commercial, and then we'll get some more medium density residential over here and along here. So actually we're kind of reaching that limit on that, because I do want this to be commercial along this road. And like I said, let's just go ahead and do this. All through here, commercial is going to be like bankrupt, pretty much. Their profit is going to be so low because there's going to be an imbalance here, but I don't want to zone that, or like have it zoned as residential, because I don't know that anybody will change it on me. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a lot in here, and then I'm going to start to upgrade this to more of the medium density. Yeah. At the very least, this will be all upgraded. So now unemployment has gone down to pretty much 0. So like everybody has a job, and that is leading to some of our high rent issues. So we like have a lot of people wanting to move in, but they can't because there isn't anywhere for them to live. So what I am going to do is I'm going to start to unlock a little bit, but I have to be careful. So the next one we're going to unlock, we're going to get SIPs more. And like I said, I want to leave Slay, who's next, with 12 tiles that he can use. So we can only unlock SIPs, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SIPs. That's what we're going to do. We're going to purchase those. And now we have this ready that I can start to get kind of my vision for what we do from here. Hey, look at that. Corundum Condos. Let's go ahead and get that in here. We'll put that building. Will it fit here? Trying to see if we can fit it in there. Oh, that's saying high street. It definitely is not the high street here. But I'm thinking if I can get it like right in here, which it will fit. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it would probably be a very expensive condo building if we are assuming that eventually we're going to have a lot of very fancy stuff in here. Let's get some oak trees along here if we can. Let's get 3 oaks, and then we have to switch to a different thing. Chestnut is small enough. That will fit. Let's get these built right along here just to give a little bit of something different. Do we have any that will fit in here? Could switch here to linden trees. Those are really tiny. Yeah, and that will give a little bit of... We'll leave the grass in the front, but definitely get some trees right along there. Do we have any zoning there? We have just a tiny bit of zoning. Maybe we'll leave that open there. Just get like a nice big oak over here. Yeah, but I like that. Then, okay, so roads. What I want to do is we're going to have more of a modern feel here. And what I think is we'll have one road going straight out there. Well, first of all, this road continues along the water. It can continue out this way and really be like a waterfront road. But then I want a road that goes pretty much straight out that way. And we're going to have another one that comes straight this way. Or maybe, no, we'll get it here. Just to start to get some of these like modern feels out. And then this one, that can be a like main road going out that way too. And we'll bring this one. I wonder if I can upgrade this. Yeah, we can do that there. And then what I want is we're going to bring this out just a little bit further. And bring this one out. It's going to have to go up that hill then, I guess. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll kind of hopefully signal to the next builder on our side that this is to go over around that hill. This is definitely not what we want there. I'm going to take that out and we'll try this again. Hopefully we can get a nice smooth... There we go. Got a little bit of a bump there, but it will work. And then one more. I mean, this is going to continue along there. Just trying to imagine here. We've got a road coming in here. We've got a road coming in there, there. And let's get one more coming along this way. So I want that 90 degrees. And that can go there. So then we're going to get a large roundabout here. Or, let's do medium there. And we'll do medium on all of these. Let's go ahead and get a medium one there too. So those main arterials will have like more medium roads coming in. Then from there, we can start to get a little bit of more of a like grid-like thing. Now, grids would not be entirely like it. I don't want to say grid entirely. I'm going to look at the map of. I'm using Cologne, Germany, as one of the the keys that I'm using for inspiration here. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is more. They're straight roads. They're not necessarily grids, but we do have more straight roads coming out. Like we'll get this going straight here, and we'll have this come in, and then maybe we'll have a road come here. And like that, let's bring this 90 degrees out. And then bring one more up here. And bring this one over here like that. And we're just kind of like getting these roads in. And not necessarily like a super fancy structure. We'll bring this over like that. Yeah, sure. Not quite straight, but again, we're not trying to have perfect grids. We're just trying to get some zoning in these spaces that can then be used for other things, or like for building and things like that. And so we're getting some like resemblance of a, I don't know, kind of like a straight road setup. Now here, what I want to do is this, I think, was planned. So I'm trying to decide when some things would be built. Like this was a medieval city. And then at what point would this have been built? I'm trying to think of that. I kind of want to say it would be the early 20th century or late 19th century. So, I mean, we'll have roads like this, of course, but then the highway would have been built a little bit later, but maybe it was extended or something, or, you know, maybe we'll sink that down or elevate it or something, but I don't know. We'll have to figure that out yet. But for this, we'll come out here, get another road in here for a moment. And we'll bring this down. That doesn't quite fit there, so we'll bring this one down. And then we'll just bring this over. Yeah, I think that will work. And that gives us a lot of space to get more low density in here. Because now we can have low density here for now at least. And maybe we upgrade this to row houses at some point. But for now, we can really get this in here. And the other thing we can do is we can get an elementary school over in here too. There, we unlocked the pop musician mansion. This doesn't fit here, but it does fit here. And then we'll come in and get a playground. Fits over there. That should be good. We don't need much more than that for now. But that will get low density residential in, which should help to improve things a little bit. And then we can get some more upgraded to medium density as well. So I think what we'll do, trying to look at this and see what I want. We have pretty much a lot of that city core filled in. I think what we'll do, yeah, I'd really love to see us get to upgrade some of that today too, but we'll see if we can get there. Let's go ahead and we'll upgrade some of this to the like apartment style buildings. And then we'll upgrade some of the low density to row houses right now. In the core. We're going to do this a little bit at a time because we have to make sure that we're keeping that balance for unemployment. And there we are. We've reached the Grand Village milestone, which is good because now we're back to 12 map tiles so that Sleigh should still be able to get over there. That'll be really good. Now, I forgot to put in where we want the train station. So I want to come in here and we're going to get the dirt road and kind of use that as our planning. We do have hills, so we're going to have to be careful with that for the rail. They have a rail on their side already here, and we're going to have to build one of our own, which may need to go pretty low. I mean, we've got a hill coming off of this mountain, or like coming down. And I'm trying to think. I think maybe the rail comes in along the river a bit. In which case, this could be where the train station goes. We're going to go ahead and take this back out. And take out that roundabout in the middle here. And we should be able to do this. I'm going to mark this off. And just put like this. Train station? Question mark. So that we can plan that. And then we can do this as well, where we'll come in here, and you guys can give suggestions for the town name, but this is going to be the historic city core. So make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. I don't know where else you would leave the comment, but leave it down there and give us some suggestions for the European capital city, or like the capital city of our tiny fictional European country, which will also be a border city. So maybe it probably wouldn't be a capital then, but we'll go ahead and do historic European city. European, just do here. Historic European downtown. How about that? And that will go in there, and then elsewhere we'll have other stuff. But I think that's all the districts I'm going to design for now, because I don't know what we want to call other things, but I do have the train station marked. Do we have a ship path in here? I don't think we can check that anywhere. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, it does show me here. Ship path only comes down to there. So if we want to do a ship in this river... Oh, there's one over here too. That's strange that it doesn't go all the way through. But... we might be able to get ships down in here. In which case, maybe we get a port over here. That'd be pretty cool. But for now, we've really got this coming in. Now we've got unemployment is 8.9%, so we're not going to be able to push much more because I don't want to get too much industry in here. We don't have the education to get offices. Just get a little bit more industry. That will really fill in the rest of this. Oh, and I do want to do one more here. Just to mark... can we... I can't do that. We have to do this. And it's overlapping. Okay, what we'll do then... we'll bring this down like this. We'll get a new one inside there. And maybe what we'll do... I wonder if I can do this. I really just want a tiny thing in here. Because I want it to be clear that, like, the historic downtown includes this section. So we'll just come in here now. And use this as a label. We'll do this as Cathedral Park. Maybe that will signal that, like, that's the idea. We want to save the cathedral for there, although the American side might try to steal a cathedral from us if they get it first. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But that, we unlock that, not here. It's in parts here. Landmarks. We need 5.6 million. That's all we really need to get it. But then that can go in there. I think there are some things here that would really do better on the European side, but really that's the main one, is the Notre Dame Cathedral would be really great there. Of course, Notre Dame would not be styled like Germany, which is kind of what I'm using as inspiration, but it would be European, at least. So we're going to bring this in here. I need to get more... well... I need to get more residential in, because I want to see... that's not quite 90 degrees. I mean, I kind of want 90 degrees here. I know that I have said that I don't want to do too much 90 degrees, but we're going to get in here. But anyway, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. Bring that in that way. And then what I want to see, I'd really like to see these roads go all the way through, but I don't know if they will. Well, anyway... what am I trying to say here? I want to get more low-density residential because I want to try... oh, we we have high density residential we could get. I mean, that's actually just the low rent housing. That I'm not going to do that. We'll get low density over in here. And what I'm thinking is I want to be able to convert more of that in over here, but we're not going to have the employment to really be able to see more of that convert. Because I don't want to add more industry. We have a ton of commercial in here already, which actually they're both pretty profitable right now, which is good to see. And we're not producing too much air pollution yet, so that's good too. And if we end up with like a port over here, we might get more, although again, if they put their city core over in here, we won't want to have too much pollution going into their core. Now, I suppose if commercial is doing so well, we could go and add more commercial in here, and that could be the jobs that we generate. We'll go ahead and get commercial then along here and over in here, and then along this arterial, definitely by the train station. But that should help with the job situation as well. And then we can start to really plan the low density out this way too. We're like, I don't know that we want to keep this as low density. I'm going to say that many times because I want it to be clear that I'm not intending for there to be a ton of low density near our downtown. But I do think that we need it right now. So that's really what I'm doing. Get a little triangle in there. And then bring this down this way. Where do we have a guideline there? There we go. Well, here, let's bring that. We'll bring this one down here. Doesn't want to do 90 degrees, so we'll get it as close to that as we can. I mean, I know that I can do like turn off snapping and get things very precise, but I don't always like to do that. I like to follow what the game is kind of telling me to do because that can make for more interesting designs sometimes. Like here, one thing I want to do, I think, is bring this down like that. Yeah, I like this coming through. This can go a little bit straight. And then we're going to bring some roads off this way. Yeah, I like how this is coming out. Sometimes, like, you can look at a space and not really know how the road is going to turn out. And you just start building, and then it turns out quite nice, and you're like, all right, yeah, that is exactly what should be here. And I like this road layout. And I know several of you have commented over the years that you always really enjoy the road layouts that I come up with, and I really appreciate those comments and how you guys like some of the stuff I build. I like hearing that, and it always is encouraging, so thank you for that. And if you're new to the channel, then maybe check out some of the other stuff, because if you like some of the builds that I've done right now, or like what you've seen today, you might like some of the other stuff too. But anyway, this will come in here. Yeah, this is feeling with about the right feel that I wanted here. We've got some smaller blocks, we have some bigger blocks that should help get a lot of variety in what we are building here. Let's bring this over here too. And about there, get a roundabout in there. Okay, that's good for low density over here. We are making profit, which is really good. So I'm going to put another school over here. And then we can have good elementary availability and like close to some of these low density homes, or what may be row homes eventually, which again, I really hope to see that a lot of the stuff here near the core. Actually, let's take this out. I don't want homes there. No, don't build there. Anything near the core hopefully will be a nice density. Okay, so we'll wait for that to fill in. At some point soon, we need to figure out where to put a high school. And maybe the high school could go in here. Nope, doesn't quite fit. Though maybe it will. In water, we can change that. Let's bring this out just a little bit. Free up a little bit of space there. This is a very deep lake here. It's often the sign of a base game map. That was the case in the original Cities Skylines. It's the case here too. Those base maps often have, like, I don't know, unrealistic designs in my opinion. But anyway, now we've got that has filled in. Unemployment is relatively low. I want to see that medium density demand come back up. So now in an effort to further spur that medium density demand, I'm going to add even more commercial along the arterial here. We can get a little bit more there. And I don't want to build too much in that cathedral park. But we'll get some commercial out along this way. Don't want to go too close to the river either. That should get a little bit more coming in and getting more jobs. And then I can come in here and get a little bit more. I think I want to do row housing over in here. I mean, at the very least, we want to come in and convert the remaining zoning that we have as low density inside the ring road. And this actually, that is along the arterial. We can take these out and put commercial along there. I see one spot that is low density, so I'm switching that, and then we're going to get the rest of this as commercial. Again, right along that arterial. And then we'll get, medium density in the rest of this. That should be the last of the low density inside that central core. And right now we've got a very high crime issue, so we're going to come in and get a police station built. And I think that should go... Actually, let's put that... Well, that doesn't fit there. I really don't want to take out the commercial. But I think... here, let's put it out here. Yeah, we'll get it next to the cemetery. I think that'll work. So I want to bring this in here. And then I want to join that same node there. So then we can come in here and we can get this there. And we probably should go ahead and get a firehouse too. It's a nice small size. That I think we'll go ahead and put inside the core. Because it's small, it can fit in some of these spots like that. And that should immediately start to improve that high crime issue that we're having. And we'll see people get happy again. And that also should help spur more demand in here. All right, and we have unlocked Vertigo Square, which is another cool, unique building. I don't know where I want to put it, though, because that is more of a row house. And I think I'm going to save that for other people to build, because it depends on if we end up with row houses out there. I don't want it in the core. I'm okay with this one because it's more of a medium density thing. And although it's a very large building for what we have there, and maybe it'll end up getting moved. I don't know. But for now, I'm really happy with how this is going and how we're filling in over here. I really want to see that medium density fill in the rest of the way before I'm done. So to spur that demand a little bit, I have lowered the taxes because I checked in here and they were complaining about high taxes. So really the only thing holding them back is unoccupied buildings. So once those are filled in, and you can see there is already starting to be construction in there, we have unemployment low enough that we should see people move in. There's availability of jobs, and that makes people happy, and that will get them to come in here. We do have a little bit of office demand. So I might come in here and get just a little bit of offices zoned. Periodic spots here. We'll see that transition a little bit. I don't think offices will be super profitable, but commerce isn't very profitable right now either. And that's because I've been relying heavily on commerce instead of industrial in an effort to keep our industrial part small for now. Because I also don't think this should stay industry forever. I think we should see that convert to other stuff. And we've reached Tiny Town. We've gone much farther than I intended in terms of the milestones, but that really, we're setting up the other players really well, I think, and as soon as this fills in, I think I will be happy. And I was just looking at the road layout, and I think this road, I had intended it to continue along just a little bit, bring it like this, and of course that's not what I want here. We're going to pause and take these buildings out so that the sloping is a little bit closer to what it should be. There we go. Now they can build in there and it should be okay. Yeah, we'll get maybe one little piece of, well, actually no, let's put a little bit of office in there. We don't have the demand for offices, so it's not going to fill in just yet, but we did get, unemployment was a little bit high, it still is, so I added a little bit more commercial over here, and we've got a little bit more space. I'll get one more in there too, just to get that down low enough to get the rest of my medium density in here. We've got one more spot that needs to grow in. And that's it. We have reached the goal that I wanted to set. We are all set for you, Slay. And everybody, if you click on the video on the screen now, it probably won't take you to Slay yet because you're probably watching this right away, or I hope you are. But if Slay's video is out, it will be on the screen now. If not, go ahead and check out my other content. I really recommend it. I know that you will enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.